story begins in the peaceful land of the Shire, where a young hobbit named Bilbo Baggins lives a quiet and comfortable life in his cozy home, Bag End. Bilbo enjoys good food, books, and peace, and he wants absolutely nothing to do with adventures. Far away beneath the lonely mountain lies the great dwarf kingdom of Erebor, ruled by King Thror. The dwarves are wealthy and powerful, mining gold and precious jewels from the mountain. But their endless treasure awakens the greed of the fearsome dragon Smaug. One terrible day, Smaug attacks Erebor in a storm of fire. The dwarves are forced to flee their homeland as the dragon takes the mountain and sleeps on top of its treasure. Among the survivors is Thorin Oakenshield, grandson of Thror, who grows up determined to reclaim his people's kingdom. Years later, the wizard Gandalf the Grey visits Bilbo in the Shire. Bilbo has no interest in adventure, but Gandalf secretly marks Bilbo's door, choosing him to join Thorin's quest. That night, 13 dwarves suddenly arrive at Bilbo's house one after another, eating all his food and turning his peaceful home into chaos. The group includes Thorin, Balin, Dwalin, Kili, Fili, Bombur, Beefer, Bofur, Ori, Nori, Dori, Oin, and Gloin. The dwarves explain their mission: travel to the lonely mountain and reclaim Erebor from Smaug. Gandalf believes Bilbo can serve as their burglar, helping them sneak into dangerous places. At first, Bilbo refuses, terrified by the idea of leaving home. But the next morning, inspired by the thought of adventure, he runs after the company and joins the journey. Their adventure quickly becomes dangerous. While traveling through the wild lands, the group is captured by three giant trolls named Tom, Bert, and William. The trolls plan to eat the dwarves, but Gandalf tricks them into arguing until sunrise turns them to stone. Inside the trolls' cave, the company finds weapons and supplies. Thorin receives the sword Orcrist, Gandalf takes Glamdring, and Bilbo receives a small elvish blade, later named Sting. The group then travels to Rivendell, home of the elves, where they meet Elrond. Elrond helps them read the secret map and moon letters that reveal a hidden entrance into the lonely mountain. Meanwhile, dark forces begin moving across Middle-earth. Gandalf grows concerned about the return of an ancient evil known as the Necromancer. As the company crosses the misty mountains, a massive storm forces them to seek shelter inside a cave. Suddenly, the cave collapses, revealing hidden tunnels beneath the mountains filled with goblins. The company is captured and dragged before the Great Goblin. The Great Goblin mocks Thorin and prepares to kill them, but Gandalf appears suddenly, using magic to rescue the dwarves. A massive battle erupts in the goblin tunnels as the group fights their way through collapsing bridges and endless enemies. During the escape, Bilbo becomes separated from the others and falls deep underground. There, beside a dark underground lake, he encounters the strange creature Gollum. Before meeting Gollum, Bilbo discovers a mysterious golden ring lying on the ground and quietly slips it into his pocket without realizing its power. Gollum challenges Bilbo to a game of riddles. If Bilbo wins, Gollum will show him the way out. If he loses, Gollum will eat him. The two exchange riddles in the darkness for a long time. Eventually, Bilbo accidentally asks, "What have I got in my pocket?" Gollum cannot answer correctly, and Bilbo wins. When Gollum realizes the ring is missing, he becomes furious because the ring is his precious treasure. As Gollum searches for Bilbo, Bilbo accidentally puts on the ring and becomes invisible. Hidden from sight, he escapes through the goblin tunnels while Gollum screams in rage behind him. Bilbo finally reunites with the dwarves outside the mountain, but they are soon hunted by terrifying orcs led by Azog the Defiler, a pale orc leader who wants revenge against Thorin. The company flees into a forest, climbing giant pine trees as the orcs surround them below. The trees begin collapsing while the orcs and wargs close in. Just when defeat seems certain, giant eagles suddenly swoop down from the sky and rescue the company, carrying them away from danger. The eagles bring the travelers to safety on a high mountain peak. As the group rests, Bilbo looks toward the distant lonely mountain, realizing how far he has come since leaving the Shire. Far away inside Erebor, Smaug slowly opens one eye, awakened by the growing threat approaching his mountain. And with that, the journey has only just begun.